Hey, another day, another sleigh, I guess. I'm feeling like yesterday's sketchbook session did not go the way that I wanted it to go, which does not feel good. I cannot lie. But thankfully, I think I'm also fairly conscious that that's just the way that these things are sometimes. We'll say maybe um I could have not started my recording when I was feeling the way that I was feeling, but it is what it is, and I'm not particularly going to be um reminiscing too much about it. It just happens sometimes. Um so yeah. Something that I read a while ago. Don't quite remember where it was. But it was talking about how creativity, or like the way that the word comes out, can sometimes be like if you opened a faucet and the water came out dirty. Sometimes you have to leave that faucet on for a little while for the water to run clear again. And I really liked that analogy, because I do feel that it's true. Sometimes you have to kind of go through the things that aren't necessarily as good to maybe then find the thing that you're looking for. I also like the idea of thinking about the faucet being left open, because in a way you're kind of saying that you are always going to have that resource available to you. And I like thinking about it like that, instead of thinking like, oh, I couldn't do it today, I'm not going to be able to do it ever again, which still can happen. Like, I'm not gonna lie about that, but again, I like that thought of not taking a lot of personal blame for when the water that's coming out of the faucet is not clear. I think it's like a really good mindset to have, because again, it just means that you're okay with keeping the water going, which I feel is usually one of the things that is most difficult when it comes to making things. Yeah, I find that sometimes little analogies like that really help me see my work or my practice in a way that I might have not seen it before. And again, anything that helps me continually grow and just like keep moving forward, I will always like love and appreciate and like keep seeking so yeah, just thinking about how there's this essentially like well that you have to maintain really like makes me feel quite good about again having a practice that's more centered around making rather than having a product in the end, because I think for the most part if you just keep making, something's gonna come out of it, something that you like, so might as well take the route that's a bit kinder to yourself rather than something that's not. Was that the way that I acted in my previous recorded session? I honestly, I don't remember. And I do think sometimes the emotions can get quite strong, which again, it's okay, but as long as you keep pushing forward, I think it's completely fine. I don't know if I should fill his eye, but I kind of like the little mysteriousness of it all. Yeah, today already feels like a much better day for my sketchbook practice. So maybe the water is running a little bit clearer. Should have probably though not used the same colors to just so I could have a little bit of differentiation between these two objects, but it is what it is. Maybe I'll like a little plane to this tree. So it looks maybe a bit more rounded. I will say that the sun also came out today, so quite possibly my mood is just better because I've seen light. This page feels a little bit compositionally messy, which I'm not quite sure if I'm into or not just yet. We thought maybe like a little something here. Oops. I kind of wish I had kept the blue. Sorry, kept the green. I don't think this is necessarily compositionally something that I really like, but I think it's fine. Maybe I'm gonna leave this page alone for a little bit, just so I can do something else, and maybe I'll try to switch blue on top and green at the bottom this time. I guess I'm in like a creature drawing sort of mood today. You know, always fun for me. don't like that. It's not fun. Email disordering now. This pen doesn't like as quickly as I would like, so gotta test it. Anyway, lost my drawing train of thought, so maybe I can draw a little bit more of these flowers, which I think are pretty. So maybe I'm not being as chatty as I usually am. Apologies for that. I'm just actually having like a really good time just drawing. So hopefully you're also having a good time just watching. I would love if people, whoever watched this video at any point in time, just draw with me. I think that would be cute. This page is starting to feel sort of done. So I'm just gonna try and date it and see if there's anything else that I could do, maybe. I keep messing up my end placement. Every time I do this, I mess it up. I don't know why. I'm cursed with this affliction, but it's just happening. So I'm gonna try and make it look a little bit more intentional. Which I find that's when things get, more interesting, right? Plus, I think learning that your mistakes can form a cool stylistic choice is never a bad thing. And I'm liking that I'm doing this, every weekday and not trying to just make, 5 or 6 videos in a day. Just because it helps me see my practice from a little bit more of a bird's eye view and see what it is that I'm maybe struggling with a little bit more versus if I was just doing everything at the same time. I don't feel like it would have the same impact. I'm forgetting how you do a 5. You do a 5. It's the other way around. Ooh. That's so funny. 5. I messed this 5 up. I don't know what I was thinking. It kind of looks like a 6. I think that's at